I guess I can tell you that I wasn't my best yesterday. I was too emotional and realized that on my 40th birthday I should have been in Japan. I should have made a decision to not seek out additional employment, and I should have went to Japan as I gave in my resignation in January for May when I was working in Wisconsin. And after talking to some of my relatives last night, I'm the worst person. I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm the worst. I made so many stupid decisions that I don't even know what to tell myself sometimes. But yes, last night and yesterday was. I was trying to stay happy. I was trying to stay focused. I can't. I was not able to. Too many people that are too close to me are on my mind. And not only that, the people that wanted to supposedly plan this birthday hangout with me yesterday did not even show up. So Sarah and Chris took me to the Overlook so I could take some pictures. Because it's not really, it's walking distance, but it would probably take like 45 minutes, an hour to get there, but it depends. But I tried to drink myself away yesterday. I drank almost a whole bottle of sake to the face, and I still didn't feel like it was a happy day for me. Like I said, this is why I do not like celebrating my birthday, but I tried to do it. I tried to do it this time around, and look what happened last year when I tried to celebrate it. That didn't turn out good either. I had to work. Literally had to work on my birthday. So yeah, on my 40th birthday, oh wow, I'm sorry. Ray. Ray. Hello there, Chris. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the comments. I'm seeing you, Ray, Chris. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys, but my parents and my family made me realize last night that I should have been in the most important place in the world right now. It's with family, and I'm not even there because I'm stuck. And hold on, let me check Chris's show. You almost jerk yourself to death once. Is this a joke? Because that's because if you oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not really in I don't know. Maybe I should be in a jokey mood, but I'm not. So guys, this is being recorded on the GoPro 7 Black. I'm using it as a webcam as of right now. But let me get some tissue. Actually. Okay, so I was crying a lot last night and early this morning because my family kept calling. And I just felt like, okay, Chris said he wanted to share that joke with me, I guess. Wait, he said, no, it's not a joke. I would just feel that I could share that with you. Okay. That's a shareable moment, I guess. But yeah, parents called me last night, family called me last night. I was really not in the mood to talk. Just because, like, I was being an ass last night. I was being mean to myself. Because I know for a reason, if I would have made better decisions or where I was going. If I knew I wasn't able to get back into British Columbia, I wouldn't actually move there in the first place in January. As I was moving out of my place in Madison, as I announced that in January. But, yeah, and now, doesn't feel 40. I don't feel 40. I don't feel happy. I don't feel like I celebrate my birthday the way I wanted to. And it's strange how Instagram, I got all these followers and only very few people say happy birthday. I got 17,000, like, what is it, 17,000 followers? Strange that not a single person from that 17,000, other than people that normally comment on my posts, that did say happy birthday. I'm looking at the, you know, you can see how many people like looked at your post on Instagram, but don't leave a comment. I'm like, who is this person? Okay. So Ray Ray says I should just get some booty, I guess, and you have no idea, my friend, who I am, do you? Obviously, you haven't watched this channel quite long enough to understand that, like, if you would understand this channel very well from the very beginning, you wouldn't have said that. Just get a piece of booty and you'll be fine. I'm sorry, but sex is not everything, and sex doesn't make you happy. What makes you happy is you have to make the right decisions in life to make you happy and do it correctly. Life is not perfect, but I've been here for over 2 months now, waiting to get back into British Columbia. You know how painstaking that is? You wake up, you can't sleep at night, your anxiety kicks in. You're worried that you might not even get back home, that you wasted all that money on that furniture, all that place. And you, mind you, that you have an annual lease. An annual lease. That's not good, friends. It's not good, friends. I'm in a freaking international hostel, waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. That is a pain. This is why people are... Now I'm feeling an emotional state where I feel that... I don't think governments care. Only people care about people. Yeah, there are people in the government, but do they really care? I ask for one thing. Be honest and straightforward with me. If I can't get in British, can I go back to Osaka? Can't do that. Chris, I'm on... Right now, if you understand, like I said, just 2 minutes ago, or 3 minutes ago, if you watch this channel long enough, for the last 2 months, I've been at the international hostel. I made many videos why they put me in a room by myself. They isolated everyone in the hostel. Alright? By public health quarantine by law, everyone is required to wear a mask inside a public establishment. This is a public establishment. If you own a business, you would know that you must have a face mask inside establishments, restaurants, when you go shopping. This is a hostel. People come from all sorts of life, from all over But lately, we're getting a lot of Americans. And they've been really uncooperative, in my opinion. Just like yesterday, in that live stream, that woman, by the way, told staff that I was stalking her. Yes, in that birthday live stream yesterday, when I was telling you, explaining to you guys about the $200 Japanese bottle of whiskey got stolen, she told staff that I was stalking her with the camera. She wasn't even listening, paying attention, or looking at detail what I was doing and who I was talking to. She assumed. This is why I am not, actually. I was born here by default, but I'm not. I'm French and Zambian. Like I said, if you've been in this channel long enough, you would have known that already. You would never have asked me that. I know we do the podcast on my Instagram and Facebook in the mornings at this time, but I decided not to do it because when Sarah told me this yesterday, I was shocked. And the other guest that was here was like, oh, that woman, yeah, she's rude. She was rude from the very beginning. She came in here acting like this was supposed to be a 5-star hotel. This is actually a 5-star hostel, not a hotel. Hotels don't give you a kitchen, access kitchen, unless you're paying big bucks. She complained about half of everything in this hostel. You ungrateful people. This establishment is independent owned, but also sponsored by the high U.S. hostel. They open their doors for you and you complain? How disgusting is that? They open their doors to give you a discount. Because at this time, the rate should have been higher for what everyone else should be paying right now. So for you to complain about hospitality, not having a kitchen, mind you guys, I showed you a live stream yesterday where you can have free food. People leave food here all the time. Beer, drinks, cakes, pizza, food, essentials. And you're complaining about having access to 3 different kitchens in 4 different buildings? Are you serious? Then you accuse me of stalking you? And yeah, Sarah came down on her and said, no, let's get it correct. He's a photographer, documentarian. He's been doing a lot of stuff. And if she wanted to ask me, if she was a human being or American enough to ask me in my face, what are you doing? Or ask me when I was done, what were you doing earlier? Instead of making an assumption, and I get this a lot because of the skin color. Like I said, Portland has not been in my favorite. I've been profiled because of my passports. Is this passport fake? Is this passport real? How do you have 2 different passports, 2 different countries? Fred Meyer's was the first place. Then a dispensary. Then another supermarket, which I'm not going to hold them against them. Safeway. I'm not going to hold it against you guys, but you need to train your faculty. That's all I'm saying to you. Train your faculty. Because you're pissing me off. And I am upset. Because yesterday was the birthday, and it did not feel like my birthday. It felt like a normal day where I had to decide whether I'm going to leave or not. Yesterday, my whole entire day, my mind was fixated on leaving the hostel. Even though I paid for 2 weeks in advance. Because I got sick of hearing and dealing with all this bullshit in this hostel. No, it's not the staff. It's not the staff. It's these random people. I've been coming here for 8 years. Since 2013. Never had an issue with anyone. But this time around, I seem like COVID-19 is bringing out the assholes. And I don't mean to swear, but that's what it seems like. And the people that come in here are making excuses. And we talked about this yesterday. And I told people in front of other people. I feel like a lot of people were full of shit in the hostel. Because they use other people for other things. And they take advantage of that. And I know they did some things that I did not talk about, that I'm not going to talk about, because, you know, stealing is something that no one should not be able to do or necessarily have to do. But you don't have to do it here, but you guys did it anyway. You stole a $200 bottle of freaking Japanese whiskey. I hope you're proud of yourself. Mind you, that was sent 13 days in the mail in order for me to get it. And you took it. Like it was okay. It wasn't okay. But anyway, I gotta clean my hakama because I stained it yesterday. This is why I do not like wearing my Japanese Komodo, because look what happened. I'm not sure you can still see it. It was a spot here. I can still see it right there. Right there. But the thing about this is a pain in the ass to take care of. Sometimes. It's expensive. I have to clean it out, dry it out for 2 days, and iron it again. It's a pain. So if you guys didn't see me with my Japanese hakama on yesterday, well, you missed out. You missed out, and I was all justly impressed. And I ran into this Japanese woman yesterday. She was like, "You look very nice, and you put on that Hong Kong correctly." Because there was a technique how I put it on. Because I use an obi. Normally you don't use a large size obi, which I guess I can show you. This, friends, is an obi. If you know about anything about Japanese clothing whatsoever, growing up in Osaka, I used to hate wearing these things because they were so tight around my stomach, and I felt like I didn't have the flexibility to like do what I want. And I still not like wearing my komodos at all. I thought it was like, nah, I leave that to the Asian people. And I was young and stupid at the time when I said that, but... And then I realized that, like, Japanese culture growing up in Japan was a little bit more open-minded, because they want foreigners to wear kimono. That's the thing. But here in the States, people have this, what is it called? Cultural appreciation bullshit. Sorry, that doesn't work in most countries, only in North America. So, guys, take it from me, someone that's practiced and speak Japanese and practice Japanese martial arts and understand the culture better. Been married twice. I'm a widower, by the way. I'm also a father. So, take it from me. Wearing a kimono, or if you go to Korea and you wear, what's it called? A hako? Is it called? Or a Korean kimono. Trust me, it is fine to wear it. It is completely fine. Japanese, Korean, they would love to see you wear it. They think they think you look more beautiful and they look... Japanese would sometimes say this. You look very, very beautiful in it, better than I. And sometimes, if you have it incorrectly put on, and you're walking down the street, let's say you're in... I'm not going to talk Tokyo. Let's talk Osaka. Let's go to Nami Prefecture. If you're walking down Osaka, or Dobi, right? You're walking down Osaka, and you have your kimono incorrectly, appropriately not put on correctly, someone will stop you and be like, "Someone said, oh, let me fix this for you." They will fix it. And will continue to smile. But would you get that same hospitality here in the States? This is why I want to go back home. everything that's been going on here in the States, ever since I started working for the HUD in that organization, I just realized that, like, no, I'm sorry, but like, I'm gonna say this. I don't mean to be so blunt about this, but some of you lovely Americans are so spoiled. If any Japanese man can get food stamps, because that system does not exist for a single man in Japan. There's a system in place for women and children, but not many women, single women and children, use that service in Japan. And it's not food stamps. So, you know, if someone was fucking on the top bunk, okay, yeah, hey, Ray, can I ask you a question? Is everything has to do with sex? Because, like I said, like, if you come in here to troll, I can troll you back. And trust me, last person I trolled him didn't like what I did to their YouTube channel. So be polite, keep the language to a minimum, as I'm trying myself. And understand where I'm coming from. You're a human being. No time to joke right now. I'm trying to be serious. You can't be serious with me, then I think it's best that you may want to exit out of this live stream. I'm not trying to be an asshole to you, but right now, your questions are being really unorthodox. So keep that in mind. And Ray, bye-bye. It's that simple. You're a human being and you come on someone else's YouTube channel and you troll. When someone's trying to explain life to you, you think it's funny. When you grow older, maybe you understand. When you hit 40, maybe you understand. When you lose the people that you love, maybe you understand one day. When you actually speak a second language, maybe you can come to my understanding one day. But right now, I don't think you can. What's up, Mr. Brown? It's been a while. I'm in Portland, trying to get back into British Columbia, and I can't get in. So, yeah. And I was hoping I'd get good news yesterday on my birthday to see if I can get in, but not gonna happen. They won't budge. So I gotta continue to spend money on this place, and when I don't want to. Don't want to. I'm not. And I'm not in the bestest mood right now. Couldn't sleep last night. Everything is mind blowing. I don't know. Mind blowing. Oh wow, what is that? Oh, so now I have to wash this stupid. It's not stupid. My parents bought that, so sorry. But I'm gonna wash this Komodo. It's gonna take me hours to do it. It's gonna take me 2 days. Because if you don't know how to wash a Komodo, let me inform you now. Don't ever use detergent water. Please don't. Don't. Soak in some lukewarm water to cold water for 30 minutes. You're going to do this 3 times when you first buy a Komodo, because all the ink process would just come off and run off when you do that. Because unless you want to put on the Komodo and be inked up. You know what I mean? Inked up, the dye process will leak on you and leak on your other fabric. So, yeah. So, anyway, it's been a rough 24 hours. Actually, it's been a rough 72 hours. So, and I actually wanted to talk about another thing, and it's important because Neweer made a mistake. Since we are live right now, I want to talk about this Q3 system. Alright? For you photographers out there, I want to switch the subject. Neweer took their statement back. Turns out the Godox flashes triggers do not work with the Q system. So, yes, they deceived me. Well, they didn't deceive me. They thought that it was all based on the same system, but Godox might be on the same system as a 2.4 gigahertz system, even though the Wi-Fi was on that 2.4 line, but no Godox, I tried it, no Godox, Canon or Sony flash triggers from Godox work with this system. Neweer claimed that you can buy this standalone, which you can buy this a standalone unit by itself without the trigger. So yesterday I told Neweer, guys, I'm gonna have to change my review. I'm going to have to alter it now because you guys told me in the email, and I pointed out, and they tried to go back on their word. You should read the email. You guys would be shocked. Like, oh, they try to blame you for the review and for that claim or that statement that I made. No, I always made the statement that saying that Neweer said this. Here's the email. So, Godox flashes triggers do not work with the Q3 system. So, Neweer is going to start producing Sony triggers and Nikon triggers for this particular strobe. And the price is going up. Just to let you guys know that. I noticed a lot of strobes prices are going up, so keep that in mind. Yeah. So, yeah, it was not a shocker. I knew something was up because think about it. The first time I bought this was, what, a couple weeks ago, right? If it didn't work with a Sony trigger, what makes you think it was going to work with the Nikon or Canon triggers from Godox? If this unit was a standalone, and it's supposed to be universal, as they did stated that in the email and on the Amazon website, if this was universal, then why is it not working with Godox triggers? I tried Canon, Sony, and the Nikon in the live stream, and not one of them worked. So, I still think this is a very good system. But the trigger has to be a little bit smaller than this. This, like I said, something that reminds me of Star Trek. The communication device. All this time, for all my years, for some reason, communication is always one of those words that I have a hard time saying. I do not prefer Sony. I'm a hybrid shooter. So if you watch this channel for quite some time, you know that I have Micro Four Thirds, Canon, Sony, Nikon. I got the gimbals. Mind you, I wanted to show you guys this. This is the gimbal. It's in this case, but guess where's my keys? Alright, I gotta find my keys. I gotta open this. But I got the gimbal, plus another gimbal in here, plus a monitor, plus a hand grip in here. Yeah. So, hold on, let me find my keys. Where are my keys? Oh. My keys were sitting right here the whole time. Alright. Open this up. Take this lock off. Alright, check this out. I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I need the space. See how I got everything like perfectly in there? Look, I got the Zhiyun gimbal for my smartphone. Then I got the gimbal for the cameras. Then I got this handle grip in here as well, which is with the Zhiyun release plate. So, comes in handy. And everything fits perfectly in the case. Because my monitor, I need to keep it in perfect condition because that's a really good monitor. And I tested the nits on that monitor. It's actually 492 nits. I'm not sure if my test was incorrect or not, but that's close to 500 nits. That's a pretty bright LCD panel. Or technically, it's an IPS panel, 4K IPS panel, but anyway, yesterday I was trying to see how long the live stream would go on, but the battery died. And that's the thing, GoPro. You gotta make... Do they even have an adapter for the GoPro? For like a battery extension or something? I'm pretty sure they do, but it's probably pricey as crap because GoPro overprices their things. And the reason why I say that, I got the GoPro, the 2 batteries. Also got ND filters, but anyway. The point of what I'm trying to make is that like GoPro sells these like plastic cheap mini tripod thing that expands the neck. GoPro sells that for like $36. You could go to Amazon and find that same product, just not labeled GoPro, for $6, $7, $8. In some cases, better than the GoPro's original. The reason why I say that is because of this reason.